All right. Let's start with shout outs. Based on your progress monitoring data, which students are you particularly proud of?
Well,
All of them.
yeah, I was gonna say like maybe save one who just stayed a little stagnant. They all went
Well,
up, and so I
tell me
think
what
I
you're proud
say
of when you say all of the students.
in every indicator that they were tested in, most of them went up at least one.
1 point, which we find to be productive growth for our friends in U Chicago.
I love that.
We do have one friend whose score remained the same
Yeah.
across the indicators. However, we are optimistic.
Okay. Optimism.
We are very optimistic that if she is here more,
That stuff.
we would definitely see a increase in her score.
Yeah. So
Ariel-
you're saying Ariel's attendance.
We
Yes.
definitely believe
Is
that as a
actually
hindrance
Right.
in her
Makes sense.
score.
We're
Because
going-
she's actually
We're gonna add that to the parent communication section of this agenda.
totally, we know,
Yes,
we
I
feel
love
that
it.
Ariel's much higher. This is not a true representation of what her abilities are when she is present in the building.
Correct. Another shout out I want to have, as I feel like one of the students who grew a very good
Oh,
amount was
extensively.
Devontae.
So much growth
Yes.
out of
Devontae, woo, 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 woo.
We were also going to, I was also going to shout out Carmelo,
Oh, I
just
thought you were
because he
talking
was a
about-
low
You're
priority
obsessed
student.
with Carmelo.
But
He's your
Bella,
son.
just because, I have another shout out for Carmelo later, but we can save it. But yeah, Devontae, and that's why he was our most improved student.
Yes,
And received
Devontae.
that accolade.
It was very fitting for him.
Yes, and I'm actually going to bold Devontae. I italicized him, but I'm actually going to bold him because he hasn't yet. Okay, I'm going to give me 1 second. He hasn't yet met the middle of year goal, but he's only 4 sounds away from the goal.
Woo!
So we want to start progress monitoring him in the next indicator.
Got
Sounds
it.
Make sense?
Okay.
Okay. All right, Devontae's growth. Kaya, you raised your hand. I think you had something else to say.
I just wanted to shout Devontae out as far as small group. He has been definitely showing growth to where so I believe that if he is able to achieve this success in this next indicator, that I think that he may be close to graduating from the small group that he is in.
Has he heard any of this?
Definitely shown. Oh yeah, he
good.
gets the recognition. What happens is he comes to me for like double dose of Haggerty.
Got it.
He rocks it out, so then he checks out and goes back to the carpet.
Okay.
So that has
Gotcha.
happened twice. So he looks forward to the more he successfully answers the questions, and because his fluency is much greater than the other students in that group, he has been afforded the opportunity to rejoin the whole group.
I love that for him.
I love it for him too.
All right, let's dig in. We're going to look at your groups in 2 different subsets. So we're going to first look at your phonemic group, which is Morgan, Carmelo, Jose, and Bella. And then, so what you're going to do, Alexa, is you're going to open up an M class and talk us through each one of these students so we can determine what is their gap or what is the next steps for them instructionally based on what they did in progress monitoring.
Who would you like to start with?
Who's first on your list?
Morgan.
Morgan's first.
She's first on this foundational skills tracker.
Oh, is she first in M class?
No, but I'm in her right now.
Great.
So
Go to Morgan.
fine with that. All right. Morgan. What am I looking at?
So, are you
Struggling
on
and
the
anemic.
progress screen or are you on the benchmark screen?
Progress.
Go to progress, great. And now if you go to her, she has a 3. Click on the number 3.
Go back to her class list.
Here?
Okay, 3? Yeah.
And then you can see the actual assessment.
Ha.
So for her, what did she do?
The only thing she didn't get much of, get through it very well, but what she was able to do, and the one she was able to get, where she was able to identify the first sound.
Yep.
Sounds are her strength.
Yep. So what does she need? So that's what she did well. What does she need to work on?
She needs to work on
Ending chunks.
ending chunks.
And she needs to work on
Well, not
segmenting.
ending chunks because this is phoneme segmentation. So she has to
She has to
And
get
then-
up a
segment at
blend.
the phoneme
She's a
level.
breakdown every so segment every sound.
All the sounds.
Every single
Mhm.
sound.
And yeah, she has trouble with that.
Yes. So that means so that's her first thing. We can talk about what the instructional implication is for that group, but for her, she's independently identifying the first sound. She needs to
Not
now,
consistently though.
but based on just this, not based on class observations.
No, yeah.
Just
I
based on
assessed her
her-
on this one.
Yes.
And it was tough.
Mostly first sound. That sound better? Mostly
Mostly.
first sound.
It's very
Mhm.
slow. Like you have to. It takes
very
a lot of.
slow, very
processing.
laborious.
Very
that makes
prompting.
sense.
Very
Okay.
prompting.
Heavy prompting. Got
Heavy,
it.
heavy.
With prompting. Got it. All right. What about Carmela?
Without prompting, Morgan will not say anything.
That
Please make a
sounds
note
like her
of that.
sister.
She will not
She'll just stare at
squeal.
you.
She will not
Yeah.
squeak.
Got it.
Okay.
Gives nothing.
Carmelo.
Carmelo had an 8. Huh. So he did both sounds for her. He did both sounds for no. When he got the 4, he did not give the or sound. So that's an R control vowel.
Mm-hmm.
He gave both sounds for day. When he got to all, he did not give the ending sound. So that's 2 now that we've seen that he's dropping the ending sound.
Well, for day, he did the full word and then the ending part.
And then renamed or resaid the ending. Yep.
So what he said, day
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yep.
Just like that.
Because that's how he speaks.
Exactly like that.
But then in, he dropped the first sound.
Very inconsistent.
But mostly, for the most part, the trend in his is he's dropping the last sound.
Can I say for N, I did
Yeah.
a test with him. He really looked at it and said N. And I was like,
Wait, did you show him the words?
no, when I said N,
Oh.
no, you say the word
He
N.
just repeated
And he
the
just,
word.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I literally was like, and he was like, N. Like,
Yeah, because they so used to saying like the letter N.
yes.
Yes.
So that's why he was kind of stuck for a moment. Like, Miss Branham, I'm giving you the letter name. And that's the sound.
Words that mimic the letter.
Mm-hmm.
The letter N versus the word N.
Mm-hmm. And that just
Alright,
came
what
up
about
in
Brian's best friend, Jose.
whatever. Jose!
Brian's best friend got 6.
Very dependent on prompting.
Ah, he's doing
He
something
does a lot of the
interesting,
saying the words when I was doing it. with
Yep.
him.
Just repeat you.
Yeah.
He,
the entire word.
he is getting better at identifying the first sound,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like with reminders, I have to
It's
get that first sound.
Heavy
he
on
said.
prompting. You have to literally show him
Mhm.
like this for him to segment the word. He'll repeat the word, but if you do this, then he kind of knows, now I need to segment the word. But if you do not prompt my friend, he's just going to repeat you.
Got it. And he's, for what it's worth, dropping some last sounds too.
Totally.
So for all her, some of these, he's dropping gave. Ooh.
Gave, he dropped all the ending sounds.
Yep. And then once he got to the 3 sound words, he was done.
Yeah, I feel like he just thinks of like, oh, this is like, we're just naming the beginning sound. Because that is a part of Haggerty,
Mm-hmm.
part of something that he knows,
Mm-hmm.
what he's used to.
Jose requires a lot of repeating and like
Model.
step procedural steps. Step
Yes,
1, 2, 3.
that makes sense.
In order for him to carry out the
That makes sense, and that connects to his disability.
His disability,
Makes
right.
total sense.
Mhm.
All right, what about Miss Bella Rollins? She's the last one in this crew. Ooh, she has some accuracy needs. And they all have an interesting thing in common. So she, when given day, she didn't give the vowel A.
Mm-hmm.
Given all, she didn't give the vowel A. Given in, she didn't give the vowel I. What's her try?
The vowel sounds, and I think I did assess this friend too. She was struggling in her mind. She had this whole back and forth thing with the long vowel, short vowel.
Because she didn't know whether to give the long vowel sound versus the
Yes.
short vowel sound?
Yes,
Interesting.
yes.
She was overthinking.
She was very much overthinking
And that's
it.
why I said it was a fight with herself, because it
Right.
was literally with herself, and I was like looking at her, and she literally was saying like, "Day, like A is the long vowels." She literally was saying these things.
Okay.
A lot of them do
So
that
it,
too.
it
Though.
messed her up with fluency as well.
Right.
Yeah. But
Right.
I noticed.
Time.
I noticed with each one of the words that has a vowel in it, she did that for every vowel. She was like,
For the long
When
Man.
one.
she really doesn't
While
have
she's
to
doing
do
the
that.
test,
All she
she
has to do
said-
is listen to the
Mm-mm.
word.
Bella does that with everything. She has a rationale for like
Okay.
everything.
Gotcha. Now, based on what we pulled out in terms of their gaps, what is the trend for the group, or what is the next step that needs to be true for the group?
Most of them dropped the ending sound.
Mm-hmm. And what do they need? Are they all currently in Haggerty small group?
Not Bella or Jose.
Or Jose.
Jose's in
Jose's in your group.
Yeah, but he's in it for
For
rhyming.
Haggerty?
For rhyming. Yeah, for Haggerty.
Oh, that's right. You are in there for Haggerty.
But
Yeah.
Bella's the only one who's not in a small group for Hector.
Great. So, all students will be placed
we see all of them for Haggerty and a small
in
foundations.
small groups. And then I think it will also be beneficial for them to do a rollout in terms of every day during Haggerty. They practice with 102 2-sound words, 102 3-sound words, 102 4-sound words.
In addition to the skills that we're already.
So here's what both other kindergarten classrooms are doing for their phonemic awareness group that can also be true in Chicago. I think we have an advantage because we have 3 people during Haggerty in Chicago that they don't have. But they're still teaching Haggerty. They're going back to week 1 and they're prioritizing 3 skills based on the needs of that group.
Oh, okay. Pretty much.
So it's 5 minutes per skill.
Okay.
And the both answer this is they are not gonna just be using the movements that go along with the skill. There'll also be an aligned instructional support that they can have a visual to support them with. So I told them I would make the visuals and just send them out. I'll include Chicago on them because the 3 priority skills that they're working on are onset fluency,
Beginning sound.
blending words, and segmenting words. And so I think all of them can benefit from that work too, just so that way we can increase the number of beginning sound words that they're working on. The syllable work is the prerequisite skill to the phoneme work.
Okay.
So until a student has a greater level of mastery with segmenting and blending at the syllable level,
Then they
we're not gonna see it tracked in their phoneme level work as much. That makes sense?
Because I haven't gotten to that with them because they are still practicing onset rhyme.
Yes.
They are still practicing ending sound because they were struggling.
So I
with that.
would not
And
do
the
ending
blending.
sounds yet until
Okay.
this whole small group is 100% accurate with beginning sounds.
Okay.
And beginning sounds first, then get the ending sounds. But what I heard you say before was they're not all in the same small group.
No,
Right.
So
they're not.
should we make some Haggerty small group shifts based on this data?
We could. I mean, how would that affect you, Mr. B? Because Mr. B pulls out Jose.
Jose needs the rhyming. But if he can't do beginning sound, then that's more important than rhyming.
Yeah.
They all can't do rhyming.
Yeah. And that can be added as a 4th skill.
Yeah,
We can build in rhyming as the 4th.
I mean, I can hit
Who do you
it.
currently have? Just Jose?
Jose,
No.
Kenai, Daphne,
Does
and
Kenai and Daphne need to be in a small group? Behaviorally?
both behaviorally and like attention wise too.
They just if they had someone who could stay with them in the class, or if Miss Shaw could like more intentionally call on them, they would be fine.
I don't think they should be in a small
Yeah,
group.
they would be fine without the small group.
I think so too. I think you can strategically place them
They
on
just
the
need
carpet.
to be called on more and
be strategic
strategically
about
placed.
maybe giving them jobs or something
But it's
to and support engagement. But
Kina has this.
this is not a high level
They're not-
skill practice for them anyway, because their
It was really
biggest
just
need
a
is
rhyming.
around
The way it was
literature
rhyming.
and language and like
Kina and Daphne has this. She chooses not to have it, but if you
Yeah,
call on her,
100%.
she has this.
Kina
Those
too.
friends.
Yeah,
I said Kina
Yeah.
has it. Kina can teach this. Like let's
He could.
let's just
Kina's
be
got it.
transparent here. Let's
okay.
be
So then
serious.
we're saying Brian's group is Jose and who else?
You want to take
Honesty
Oh.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
add Bella?
honesty. I don't know about honesty. I haven't, because I've been strictly doing rhyming. I
She's
haven't
been-
done anything
She's
yet.
been doing much better
With,
in my
like,
group
beginning
with
sound.
with on set round with
For real?
beginning sound with that first sound.
Who, Bella?
Honesty.
Honesty.
Oh, honesty.
Honesty. Bella is still struggling.
Oh, honesty is not one of these priorities.
No.
No, she's
No.
not yet.
So
So
of
we
these
was asking
pro-
Bella.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he was in. He
Yeah.
was in these groups.
Should honesty? Do you want honesty to stay in the?
No, she's
group,
not.
Jose?
She's not
Or
in
come
it.
out?
She's not in it.
What?
Honesty not in the small group in the morning.
Yeah,
She's in
she
the
in my
Haggerty
Haggerty's
group.
group. She's in my Haggerty
Oh,
group.
she is in your
Yeah,
Haggerty
she
group.
can leave my Haggerty group because
She
she
can
actually
go to
she's
Haggerty?
actually can do rhyming.
Yeah.
I like
Great.
it.
I feel
So
like
Jose and then who else? Bella.
Jose and
Okay.
Bella.
And then Kaya. You keeping Carmelo and Morgan?
I have Carmelo, Morgan,
Aria.
Aria, and Devontae. Which Devontae, like I said, he goes back to the whole group.
So then why don't
Why
we
do I have
move out?
Why Aria not on here?
She was not a priority student.
Yeah.
She made it.
She probably was
She just
benchmarked.
made-
She probably was benchmarked.
Aria! I know, that's my baby, that's my baby, that's my baby. Y'all better tell my girl.
Okay.
We
gotta really
we
get
should
right.
She
probably
did. She
move
recently
Aria
did.
to Brian's
She
group.
recently did Dibels.
Mm-hmm.
She got progress monitoring for Dibels. That's good.
She didn't
The only
do
thing
pro-
about
she didn't do a progress monitor. I think
She didn't have to,
well,
'cause she was
didn't do it,
benchmarked.
Yeah.
I think Aria's thing is attendance as well though.
Yeah.
Like once her
I
attendance
totally
goes
agree.
down, she just forgets everything when she comes
I
back.
totally
Yeah.
agree.
Which is why I'm gonna add to the communication part of the bottom of this agenda that you wanna connect with mom. So
Okay.
that she hears the impact of her attendance on her academics.
Mhm.
You know, I've been champion for that girl since.
So here's what we're doing for PSF group. We made adjustments to your Haggerty small groups. So Brian has Jose, Bella, and Aria. Kaya has Carmelo, Morgan, and Devontae. Alexa is going to be strategic about body placement and calling on Kenai and Daphne just to support engagement. For you guys as small groups, you are focusing on 4 different skills. Rhyming, first set, on set, rhyming, on set, adding word, sorry, I made that up.
Segmenting and blending.
Segmenting and blending. Syllables,
Syllable.
yes.
Segmenting and blended both syllables.
Syllables, yep. So rhyme repetition, on-set fluency, blending words, and segmenting words. We're gonna skip isolating final sounds for that. So it's the first 4, essentially.
And that's going back to what week?
Week
Week
1.
1.
Week 1,
Is there a way that we can get another Haggerty book in our room?
yep.
Yep.
I will order it today.
Thank you.
Blending words. All right, let's use our last few minutes and then you can stop that.